And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Acceleracers Hub for another video. Hopefully you guys are all doing awesome. And today, guys, we have an absolute banger of a video. We have all sorts of good customs content coming this week, guys. We have a video today and a video coming Wednesday with 2 custom reviews. But for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some custom work made by OverUsed himself. And most of you guys know we've seen videos featuring some of OverUsed's content before, just, in subreddit recaps here and there. But this time, guys, I actually have the tangible product in my hands to review for you today. And I am so excited to show you guys some of the stuff that he's been coming up with. But just in case some of you guys aren't familiar with OverUsed, he is one of the customizers in the community who actually specializes mostly in 3D printed custom products. And while there have been other people in the community that have sprinkled in some 3D printed stuff here and there, it's become pretty popular, I think, with Matchbox car customization and diecast stuff in general to add 3D printed pieces, body kits, things of that nature. While OverUsed probably wasn't the first person in the Acceleracers community to 3D print items or body kits and things of that nature, he probably is the most well-known in my opinion, and he really was the one who kind of took it to the next level with 3D printed stuff like hyperpods, RDL1 figures, Wheel of Power items, the Nitrox canisters. We've seen all sorts of crazy stuff from him. And when I first started hearing about 3D printing in the Acceleracers customizing world, I was kind of like, that'd be pretty cool. I wonder if people will ever be able to 3D print, cars or things of that nature. I had no idea just how versatile 3D printing was. And I've actually learned quite a bit about 3D printing just from conversing back and forth with OverUsed. And it's a pretty darn cool process. And we are lucky to have people like him in the community that are able to take skills in modeling and 3D printing and transfer it into the customs world. It's just cool to see it take Acceleracers customizing to a whole new level. But just to give a little more background on OverUsed's 3D printing history, he said that he started printing with FDM hoping to make some cosplay armor using the printer, but quickly realized that he didn't quite have the knowledge and the technical skills to model them in the first place, to bring them to fruition. So he said while he was in college, he was just making kind of trinkets on his printer, but then he took a course in 3D modeling, and from there, the rest is history. He said he got back into Acceleracers after finding a Riveted at a garage sale. Then he started collecting some of the common cars, including some that he bought from yours truly back in the day. Next step was when someone in the Hot Wheels Discord released an RDO7 file. He said he spiraled into the rabbit hole, bought a resin printer so he could print an RDO7 for himself, and then the rest is history. It just kind of took off from there. He said that there was a ton of demand for RDO7s and other 3D printed products. And from there, guys, he's just been revolutionizing the Acceleracers custom world one job at a time. But enough background intro, guys. We have all sorts of cool stuff to take a look at today. We have a handful of 1/64 scale diecast cars. We have a big project that he did back in the day that we're going to be reviewing on the channel. You guys have seen it before in subreddit recaps. So without further ado, guys, let's jump right into OverUsed's work. All right, guys, so the first custom that we're going to be taking a look at today is another one of OverUsed's Realm series customs, and it's probably one of my favorites in this batch. First up is the Solar Realm RDO8, guys. Look at this car. So we are just going to do a once around on all the angles on this car, guys. As you can see, we have the gloss black paint with the Solar Realm decals. Check out that sun and the blaze. Looks like we got some drone letters on the side of the car. I'm sure they mean something. And then we've got headlights on the front. And also, guys, I can't say enough about these wheels. Don't they look amazing with this car? But I really just can't get over how well the orange goes with the gloss black paint on this car. So this car does have 3D printed wheels, but honestly, you would not know that they were 3D printed unless someone told you, because they look just like the Gen 2 cars in the actual Acceleracers line that had the see-through or clear wheels, as a lot of people call them. So these are 3D printed wheels with, I believe he said he has chrome highlight on the wheels to give them that Acceleracers vibe. And I just can't get over how realistic they look compared to like a Clear Wheels baseline or other Clear Wheels cars from Gen 2. And they're even see-through and everything. It is such a cool feature. But I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we have a lot of other cars and cool stuff to get to. But the first custom of the day is the Solar Realm Series RDO8. All right, guys, so moving on to the second custom of the day, we have a movie accurate chicane, guys. Check out the gloss on this car. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, when I pulled this out of the box, my first thought was, did something happen to the decals? There's no hood decal, or there's no roof decal, and there's no decal over here. So I messaged OverUsed about it, and he said, dude, actually in the movies, there's only decals on one side of the hood, which I'm not gonna lie, guys, it rocked my entire world. I've seen those movies 1,000 times, and I have never noticed that before. So today I learned that Chicane does not actually have a roof decal or decals on this side of the car in the movie. So this is a true movie accurate chicane. So taking a closer look at it, obviously we have the side decals looking crispy, and then these are true movie accurate decals on the front. They're a little bit different than the decals that you'll see on a lot of the other custom chicanes. This is actually like exactly like the one that's in the movie. And when OverUsed says movie accurate customs, he is not kidding. He is going like to the letter to make it as movie accurate as humanly possible. But let's just take a quick look around this car. So we got the yellow windshield, we got the gloss black paint on the front, we got the side decals. And once again, guys, these are 3D printed wheels. And once again, I will say it, you would not know it unless someone told you that these were 3D printed. These wheels are actually printed completely transparent blue, and they have silver paint on the spokes to give them the Acceleracers vibes. And I know I'm gonna be talking a lot about wheels in this video, but I just can't get over the 3D printed wheels and how awesome that is that we actually now have a way to produce 3D printed wheels. So maybe, we don't have to take apart as many donor cars and stuff as a community, but what a huge addition to the community that OverUsed has done with the wheels. But anyways, guys, so the second car of the day is a true movie accurate chicane. Just look at the gloss on that car and look at that shot right there. That is a bad looking vehicle right there. All right, guys, moving on to custom number 3. We got the first two back there. So the third custom of the day is another custom chicane, but this one is a proto window chicane, guys. And this one does have the full decal range like you see on a lot of other customs, as far as being a die-cast replica with the roof decal, the hood decals. And if you even want to see the difference between the decals on these two, as you can see, they are slightly different between the two. We got a bit of a reflection from the light, but they are slightly different. But this is the true movie accurate version, and this is more of the die-cast replica version. But this is a movie or a window proto chicane. And a lot of you guys might be asking yourselves, what exactly is a window proto chicane? And as you can see, there are some bubbles in the windshield. So basically, since a lot of customizers love orange windows, there's only so many mainline models that have orange windshields, and they're sort of going extinct slowly but surely, because as you guys know, customizers pull from similar cars, and eventually there's only gonna be so many donor cars out there. That's the same problem we have with Acceleracers wheels and why 3D printed wheels are so big. So OverUsed actually took a mold of a chicane window and used orange tinted resin to make his own window on this car. So this is a resin windshield on this chicane. And obviously it is a prototype, which is why there's some bubbles and stuff in there, but what a fantastic idea, because if he's able to perfect these windshields and stuff and all these pieces that he's making for these cars, it's going to extend the life of customs in the community by, years and years and years, to be able to for us to be able to make our own pieces that go on these cars and not have to rely on donor cars. It is quite the undertaking, and it's very, very impressive. But that is the story with the proto window chicane, guys. And once again, absolutely crispy with the gloss paint, the decals, the 3D printed wheels. I'm always gonna take a long look at those because they are gorgeous. This is the third custom of the day. And now moving on to the fourth custom of the day, we have a movie accurate body kit riveted. Check out this ride, guys. So as you know, this is a riveted that has been modified, at least the body of the custom, to make it truly movie accurate as far as like the sides of the car goes, the back side, and this front bumper, of course. And it's funny because looking at this car, the first thing you notice obviously is the 3D printed front bumper. You go, wow, that is wicked. Looks just like it did in the movie. And you go, okay, so that's probably the only thing that's on it that's customized, right? Wrong. I didn't even notice that these back pieces back here are also 3D printed additions. And I'm honestly blown away at how he can add 3D pieces to these cars so seamlessly that they look like they're a part of the car. Like, you would never know that there was something on there that wasn't attached unless you knew this model by heart. And the same thing with these sides, because the sides of a riveted actually do not go down that far. You're not going to get the best lighting on here. But when you look at this car, as you can see, it goes straight across on the bottom here, and he has added a side piece to it to make it more low to the ground, just like it was in the movies. And once again, you would never know that that was not an actual part of the car unless you were looking for it, because it is so seamlessly attached to the side. And every time I get a sick movie accurate car, I have to look at the diecast next to it and just go, gosh, this is cool, but we could have had this. And I just cannot say enough about the body kit on this car and the detail on it. And that front bumper is unreal. Just the sheer amount of attitude that it adds to the car is wicked. So the fourth custom of the day is the body kit riveted. And I didn't do a true once around on the car when I pulled it out, so we're gonna do a quick look around the car. Check it out, guys. What a sweet piece of work. Unreal. And moving on to the fifth custom of the day, guys, we're gonna stay in the same movie accurate line with riveted. So we have a body kit riveted, but everyone's favorite part in Highway 35, Tesla said this car can handle volcanoes. So we have a body kit riveted with the armored wheels and the armored plow on the front attached. Check this out. So this riveted has the same body kit as the other one with the 3D printed front bumper. We've got the pieces on the sides as well. And these back, I don't know what you call them, wings, I guess, on the back of the car are there as well. But we have the fully 3D printed, I think they're called poly alloy wheels or wheel shield. At least in the card game, they're called wheel shields. But unreal, I can't get over the detail, like the lines on them and everything. I don't know a ton about 3D printing, but I still think stuff that's so small with such great detail is out of this world. And moving on to the armored plow in the front, guys. This is absolutely unreal. It is attached to the front of the car, and you can just see this thing plowing through the junk realm or any sort of a lava realm, just blasting drones out of the way. And I think this riveted is just a great example of where customs are going to be going in the future for the community, because not only do we have body kit riveted, which are super customized and cool on their own, then we have a body kit riveted that's taken to the next level with the armored wheels and plow in the front. It just makes you wonder what else is going to be coming down the road, guys. Look at these cars. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to speed this up because I know I'm taking forever to get through these, but they're just so detailed, it's hard to just blast through them. But for the sixth custom of the day, we are sticking with the body kit cars and Taro. So we have a movie accurate Metal Maniacs Plymouth Roadrunner. And OverUsed has definitely done a bunch of wicked Realm Series cars like this Realm Series RD08, but for right now, his focus remains on the movie accurate cars because a lot of the times, the castings are not exactly movie accurate. So if they're not fully movie accurate, instead of just getting, the next closest thing, he simply 3D prints, designs, and creates his own movie accurate pieces to truly make them movie accurate. It is the definition of the old fine, I'll do it myself adage. So on this Roadrunner, we have a 3D printed motor up here on the hood. This is 100% 3D printed. I'm trying to get it to focus. Oh, come on now. So a lot of customizers use the motors from Roger Dodgers on their Plymouth Roadrunners to sort of make it movie accurate, but this one is truly movie accurate. Check out the detail, guys. Unreal. And these 3D printed exhaust pipes on the bottom are also an addition. And it always makes me laugh looking at stuff like this because, one, I don't have a ton of general Hot Wheels casting knowledge. I'm pretty much Acceleracers only, but I don't know these castings super well, and if I saw this car, I would assume that that's the way it came in the package. I would have no idea that this was 3D printed and these did not actually come with the car down on the side. So these exhaust pipes, what a neat addition to the car to make it truly movie accurate. We're gonna do one more once around on this car, guys. Check out the detail on this movie accurate Roadrunner. Unreal. I can't say enough about those exhaust pipes. Those add so much to the car and they're so small and detailed. It is just out of this world. And moving on to the last custom of the day, guys, it is a Junk Realm Series Anthracite. Check out the texture and the rust effect on this car. It looks just like the Anthracite that got swatted off the track in the Junk Realm. And I cannot say enough about the texture on the car. This looks like a legit car that has been rusting in a junkyard for years and years and years. So it has the 3D printed clear wheels that have been highlighted to have the red, sort of a rusted wheel effect. And then looking at it, it is just unreal how detailed this looks. This looks like somebody dug it up out of their backyard. But I asked him how he was able to create such a textured effect on the car, and he said it actually was painted with about 4 different types of paint that was dabbed on there, and then it was dipped into a, hold on, let me read real quick. It was dipped into a container of aluminum oxide shavings before the paint dried to sort of give it like a real metallic feel to it. And then it was soaked in a dark brown color and wiped dry so that the brown would only stick in sort of the gaps on the car. So there was definitely a lot of work that went into this car and it came out absolutely fantastic. It definitely belongs in Sparky Creations Junk Realm diorama. So the last 1:64 scale custom of the day is the Junk Realm Series Anthracite. All right, guys, so moving on to the next item in the batch of stuff from OverUsed Customs. We have our lineup of cars out there looking absolutely wicked. So next up, you guys have seen a couple of these on the subreddit, but we have the Wheel of Power ring. that is wearable, just like the tone necklace by Acceleracers Customs. Check out the detail on this, guys. I'm trying to get close enough to it so you can see all the realm symbols that are on this ring. Come on, focus for me. So you can see them all. You can pick out the junk realm, the storm realm, the water realm, so on and so forth, the cosmic realm, the wind realm, the fog realm. Absolute unreal detail on this ring, guys. So this ring is completely 3D printed, and I've got it on my pinky finger because I have incredibly fat sausage fingers. So check out the detail on this ring, guys, and it looks absolutely sick. And he did say as a disclaimer, he's not a jeweler, so the rings aren't super comfortable, and they are fragile and not super practical, but they look so stinking cool. But for now, he said this project does remain dormant. It is not something that he is actively selling or probably will sell in the near future, but he said he might revisit the project down the road to see if maybe it can be improved in any way. But honestly, guys, this is so stinking sick, and it comes with another feature. So this Wheel of Power ring does come with another use, sort of as a display piece, and that's probably what I would use it for, honestly, and what it's going to be used for is just because I'm not a big ring person. I use my hands a lot, I play a lot of sports, so rings are just a bad idea for me in general, and also I tend to lose things like that. But it has a really cool display feature because it comes with a spike, just like in Highway 35 World Race at the end, where the Wheel of Power was set resting on the top of the beam or the pillar in Hot Wheels City. So to take a closer look at it, the inspiration did come from that spike in Hot Wheels City at the end of the movie. I think it was dubbed by Alec Wood, wasn't it, who said it's Hot Wheels City. But this spike has been modified to have all of the realm symbols from the Acceleracers movies, and unfortunately the light is reflecting off of it and kind of ruining the whole effect. But this is super detailed, super cool. It's a solid piece. It feels almost like a paperweight, and it is so stinking cool. What a great idea to have all those rings on there. But the cool part is that your Wheel of Power ring can actually slide down right onto the spike, just like the Wheel of Power did in the movie. And look at that. Show me a cooler desk display than this. So this is the next item in the batch from OverUsed Customs. And honestly, guys, the cars are cool, but I really, really like this piece and the whole concept. It is just absolutely sick. What a great idea. Hopefully he comes back to make more of these down the road. All right, guys, now moving on to the final item of the day from OverUsed Customs. We've had a bunch of really cool stuff. Solar Realm RD08, movie accurate chicane, window proto chicane, body kit riveted with the armored plow and wheel shields, the movie accurate Roadrunner and the junk realm anthracite, along with this sick Wheel of Power ring and the needle that goes with it, or the spike or pillar or whatever you want to call it. But the final item, guys, I've seen pictures of it before and it was really cool, but seeing it in person takes it to a whole new level. We have a droned dragster hyperpod. Check this bad boy out, guys. And it's funny, I remember when he was starting out making these hyperpods and stuff, and he was posting them on Reddit. It was like an Acceleracers Slam Ram, a drone dragster, and a drone silencer one. But I didn't realize the level of detail that truly is on these things, guys. So this is a rocket socket hyperpod, also known as a dragster hyperpod, that was broken, and it was sent to him to sort of breathe new life into it. So he 3D printed some parts, modified it, gave it a new paint job, some sick decals, and now it is officially a droned dragster hyperpod. And I love the whole concept of taking things that are a little broken or a little beat up or in short supply and breathing new life into them and really just, you know, extending the life of customs in the community. That is probably one of my favorite things about the work that OverUsed Customs does. So to take a closer look at this, there are 3 portions that are 3D printed on this car, which are the side skirts right here. As you guys know, the rocket socket, I think they're like a brown orangish color that stick out of the side. So these are 3D printed, these side skirt pieces. And I love the drone decals on the side, and I love that they pop up too. That is a really underrated feature. You can actually feel them when you touch them. They're not just decal stickers. So these side skirts are 3D printed on this hyperpod. And then of course the turbine piece is also 3D printed as well, and it just blends right in, guys. It is unreal how smoothly these pieces blend in with this dragster. And gosh, it just makes me wish we could have gotten even more hyperpod toys back in the day. But it's funny, even though it's just giving an old hyperpod new pieces and a new paint job, it feels like a brand new display toy because there are such big differences on it that it really doesn't even feel like the original Dragster. And probably my favorite part of this hyperpod is this 3D printed wing in the back, and it actually comes out. You slide it out and slide it in. So this is 3D printed, guys, and it looks like an actual part of a hyperpod. Look at that, the gloss black paint, the neon green. So it slots right back in here in these little slots, it rests right in there, and bam, you have one heck of a display piece, guys. Just look at this thing. But for now, I tossed an RDO 6 in there, even though we all know it would either be an RDO 8 or Galorem driving this thing. So this is the final piece of the day from OverUsed Customs, this droned Dragster hyperpod. And just look at that side shot, guys. Wow, I cannot say enough about the chrome and the neon green paint. It is unbelievable. And the wheels always were one of my favorite parts of the Dragster hyperpod, just because for some reason that image stuck in my head when I think it was Vert who got in it in the water realm, and he gunned it and the wheels started spinning like fast as light and that thing jetted out of there. And the chrome on the wheels really was what always stuck out to me. So this is the final piece of the day from OverUsed Customs. And that is going to wrap up the hands-on portion of this video where I've got the customs in front of me, guys. Huge shout out to OverUsed for sending this stuff to me. Once again, we have the body kit riveted, the movie accurate chicane, proto chicane, the drone dragster, solar realm RDO 8, junk realm anthracite, movie accurate roadrunner, and riveted with the armored plow, and of course the wheel of power ring, guys. So that is going to wrap it up for this portion of the video. And that is going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing behind the scenes on some of OverUsed's work, seeing the actual products, and learning a little bit about how we got into 3D printing. I know this video was a little bit on the long side, but this guy truly has kind of revolutionized where I think Acceleracers customizing is going as far as body kits, wheels, things of that nature. I mean, if he can come up with a reliable way to make windshields like that, that once again adds more supply to the custom donor pool, or rather it takes away the need to pull from custom donors is what I should say. And it gives customizing all sorts of new possibilities and potential. But if you guys are interested in snagging any of these products from OverUsed, he normally has a bunch listed on his eBay page. I'm gonna have his eBay page listed in the description of the video, and then as soon as I get off work, I'm gonna have it listed in the pinned comment as well, so you guys can go and save his eBay page so you can be alerted whenever he lists new Acceleracers custom items. And once again, guys, just a huge shout out to OverUsed for taking the time to make these items, send them out to me, and let me review them on the channel. He is the real MVP, and this video would not have been possible without him. And guys, like I said, he's doing great things in the Acceleracers customizing community, so be sure to give him some love down in the comments section. But guys, that is going to wrap it up here. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button for me, subscribe to the Acceleracers Hub for more Acceleracers related content, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.